Alright, good morning peeps. So, this is the video that I just mentioned that I wanted to do. Just jotting down some thoughts. I have basically 10 things to do when you get money. So, we're going to assume dinar revalues, RV goes, whatever. And you suddenly have found yourself with a lot of money. So here, not really any particular order, not like a top 10 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Just random thoughts popping into my head. And I've watched a lot of videos on this too, so just kind of compiling some things. Just because there's not really a whole lot to talk about as far as the RV news and NAR and things like that. So, number one, and I think probably this is a good place to start and it's very important, is when you come into this money, don't go around telling people. Keep it to yourself. It's going to take some time to digest what has just transpired. Again, we're assuming dinar has done a rate change. You can go to the bank, get your money. The RV's happened, whatever. That's the thought that we're going on. So don't let people know. And here's the real kicker: if you've been telling people about this and they've been blowing you off or telling you it's a scam, friends and family, I've told a lot of people, and I've got a few to get on board. But the majority of them are like, yeah, that's impossible. So you don't need to let them know that you were right. In time, you can. Once the dust is settled, once the newness has worn off, and you can enact the rest of your plan. So, number one, keep the lips sealed. Don't let anyone know. Number two, and this one is a good follow-up, excuse me, pay off all your debt. Now, it's a little bit of a loaded statement, because if Nasara goes and we have the debt jubilee and all that stuff happens, more than likely you won't have debt. But if it's Iraq only and you can go to the bank, get money, pay off your debt, be a responsible and good person. And three, this is a big pill to swallow, but don't walk in and quit your job. Have a plan, and I guess in this time between now and the time it actually does happen, you can work on a plan, but you need to think about it logically. You're still going to need insurance. You're still going to need that stability of a job kind of anchoring you to reality, while you work on what your next step is going to look like. Now, if you have some soul-crushing job that is, a detriment to your mental health and everything, whatever, but you still need to think about insurance. So if your plan is to say, suck it, I'm leaving, then you should be shopping insurance plans now. Premier, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, whatever. Start looking into insurance plans for entrepreneurs, something like that. So don't quit your job unless it's absolutely imperative that you do. So number four, so secure your money. So what does that mean? So when you get this blessing, whatever you want to call it, put it in banks. You kind of need to learn about what an interest-bearing account is versus non-interest-bearing, the benefits of each. Learn about your financial institutions, insurance. We know FDIC only goes to $250 per account, But when you start talking about wealth like this, it's a whole new ball game. So you need to talk to your bank about that. A wealth advisor, private banker, they will have those answers for you. And then just let it sit in your account before you run out to Mercedes and buy a new G-Wagon. Think about it. And just let it sit there while you process the shock of suddenly having wealth. Okay, so number 5. So make investing in yourself a priority. And what does that mean? So many of us, we grind out daily, going to work, providing, making ends meet, and our personal growth is on the back burner, if it's even on that burner. But you need to start thinking about education, learning about money, learning about business opportunities, learning about investing in businesses. Do you want to start your own business? Do you want to invest in someone else's business? And how do you invest and get a return back on your investment? Things like that. So, and this kind of segues into number 6, is do not become a bank to your family and friends. And that goes back to number 1, not letting people know. But, once they do know, people are going to come to you with all these business plans and, hey man, let's start a IHOP in our little town of 15 people. So you're setting it up for failure. You know what I mean? And that's just a total generalization. But don't become a loan shark. Don't become a bank for your family and friends, because they will come out of the woodworks with business plans or sad stories of why you need to give them money. So number 7, and this kind of is the next segue, is don't start your own business until you research it. And a lot of us have thoughts of, oh, this would be a great business and all this, but there's so much involved in becoming a business. Do you need an LLC? Do you need a S corp? Tax structures and payroll and insurance, and how big is my business going to be? So you need to think these things through. Make yourself present your own business model to yourself or to your spouse or significant other, and see if it makes sense before you go out and buy a bulldozer and a truck to pull it around with. And you don't know how to operate a bulldozer, but you think it'd be a great idea. So research your business thought ideas before you invest in them. Number 8, focus on improving your health. So again, if you've been in the rat race and trying to make ends meet, and you're guzzling, Red Bull or Monsters, just trying to stay awake, stop that crap and start investing in your health now that you have the opportunity to invest in your health. And this kind of goes back to quitting your job. There's a whole different mindset shift when you know that you could walk out the door any moment. So if you are going to keep your job, until you figure out insurance and things like that, now you have this gigantic chip on your shoulder that can say, I'm not letting you talk to me that way, supervisor, because I can walk out the door right now and you can't. So improve your health, and for longevity, you need to be around and healthy in order to work your plan, be there for your family, teach your kids about wealth management, invest in your health and your family's health. Okay, number 9. So this one's kind of important too. Have a comfortable life, but not lifestyles of the rich and famous. If you guys Gen Xers, you remember that show. You don't need gold-plated toilets. You don't need 15 Ferraris sitting out in the front yard for the neighbors to see. Don't become a target, especially with all the madness of 2024 with the illegal invaders on every street corner. They're watching for Rolexes, they're watching for Ferraris or Corvettes, they're watching for flashy people because those are the ones they're going to rob. So don't become a target. Live comfortable life, the gray man life. You know, don't be flashy, because flashy things attract predators. And so the last one is kind of, you know, a good place to wrap up. So set up your legacy. If you have kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, whatever, godchildren, learn about trust funds, learn about trust, learn about how to set up generational wealth, and educate your family and your kids on how to handle money, you know, because a lot of us aren't wealthy and we don't really know about investing in long-term things. We all are focused on the short term and making it from paycheck to paycheck. So learn about trust, learn about teaching your children, grandchildren about money, to just ensure your legacy continues on after you're gone. So that's it. That's my list for today. Hope it helps. Let me know in the comments. And that's it for today. Appreciate your time. Thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you later.